So, I want to show you some things about tying the fly de jour, a very popular summer steelhead fly on local rivers, especially the Deschutes. The thing that makes the fly de jour unique is the use of edge bright in the butt, which is about half the body. I use either pink or orange. I like pink in the morning, I like orange in the afternoon, and this fly works early in the season better than it does late in the season on the average. Flies start out larger, in August and wind up being smaller in October. So the thing that makes the fly unique is the edge bright in the butt. Edge bright is a plastic material. It gathers light through the wide side and magnifies it through the edge. And it's tied with the rear edge exposed every wrap so that it glows. First thing we're going to do is we're going to anchor our thread to the hook. And I'm going to tie this fly semi-low water style. So I'm going to wind up with my body ending about right there. And I'm going to clip that. I'm going to start my edge bright right there, and I'm going to wrap it forward. I'm going to wrap it around the hook, and you'll notice that as I come forward, the edge bright is getting wider. I'm going to put down a couple of layers here. Okay, wrap it forward. Now this is not going to move. All right, so the next operation is I'm going to use flat mylar tinsel, the silver on one side, gold on the other, and I'm going to take a length of that. In this particular case, it's size 12. I'm going to tie it down right at the top end of the edge bright, silver side down. When I make this first wrap, it's going to turn silver side up, and I'm going to wind it all the way back, and then I'm going to wind it right to this place where I made this elliptical slice in it here. I'm going to lift that edge bright up. I'm going to pass behind it. Silver side is still showing. I'm going to come there. Now that silver wrap behind it is going to make a tag, and you'll notice that this foundation tied over this elliptical cut that I made in the edge bright is going to get larger in diameter as I come forward. Now I'm going to turn this over, lay it right on top of that tag, and I'm going to wrap forward, leaving every trailing edge exposed and visible towards the rear of the fly. Okay? So this fly, as it works, in the river, is going to have the trailing edges of the edge bright exposed to the fish. They're going to be looking at the fly upstream of them. Therefore, this fly is going to glow. Okay, now I'm going to tie another strand of this silver mylar in. I'm going to lap it over the top of my thread. I'm going to start out right under the butt. We're going to use STS trilobal dubbing, and it's going to be purple. Now this forward part of the body is not going to be tapered towards the back. It's actually going to be tapered towards the front of the fly. And the reason for that is that allows the wing to be dressed lower over the body rather than being propped up by the body. So that will cause the fly to stabilize when it's under tow across the current. And the lower the wing is, the less this fly is going to roll and tip over against the current. And I think that makes a difference. I can't tell you why it makes a difference, but I've fished flies that were tied both ways. When I started tying steelhead flies, my flies were all dressed with the wing low over the body, and they caught fish. Then I had a fly tyer working for me that tied all of his flies with the wing set high, and the flies rolled around more, and my belief was that at the end of the season that we caught less fish on his flies than my flies. So I went back to dressing them my own way. Tie that off, get rid of this silver tinsel, wind this forward, silver side up, and we're only going to get about 3 turns on this. Yeah, I want some hackle here that has barbels on it. That's about just a little bit longer than the front of the body. I want to make it easy for him to see that bright colored butt. Okay, strip here. I'm going to tie this in from the butt. And I'm not going to use a lot of turns. Maybe about 3, no more than 4. Now, since I'm using this Vivas 10-aught thread, I can use a few wraps on that. I'm going to take cashmere goat. This stuff is really soft, and it has a lot more wiggle. And since it's about half the diameter of normal goat or polar bear hair or any kind of calf tail, we can use twice as many fibers, which makes the wing the same density primarily, but it has a lot more movement to it. Now, I've heard it argued by a number of different people that wiggle in the fly doesn't matter, and that some flies that catch fish don't have any wiggle to the wing of the fly or any part of the fly. But I don't think it hurts. I think that having some amount of movement to the fly where it looks like it might be alive probably doesn't hurt anything. It probably just convinces a fish that maybe it's time to eat it. I doubt if a steelhead would eat a brick, although I heard of one time swallowing a bolt that fell off a bridge that crossed one of the coastal rivers. Don't know if I believe that story or not, but I don't have any evidence to the contrary. However, I'm going to build as much wiggle into my flies as I can, because I'm a believer in the fact that steelhead actually think they're eating something that's alive when they eat a fly. Okay, here's the stacked hair right here. Got a few long ones in there. I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to bring this wing right back to the bend of the hook. And there you go. We're going to finish this baby off, and we're going to figure out how to find a place to put it in the water and get it wet. There we are. And thanks for watching.